Hello people, welcome to the coolest thing happening on TV. It's youth.com. I'm Aziz, she is Harriet.
And I feel like dancing.
Oh God, what has that got to do with anything, Harriet?
Everything. Mind you, I'm a great dancer. And I am seriously considering to, pursue that career path. Stop laughing.
I'm not laughing.
Stop. He's laughing.
Am I laughing?
You're laughing at me.
Okay, Harriet. Now, I'm sure you gladly leave school to do that.
Of course not. Why would I leave school for that?
So,
all I'll just do is just merge my skills with my quest to get an academic credential.
And how would you successfully do that without one affecting the other negatively? I mean, it's about time here.
We'll find that out on Chat Zone today.
Well, on 360 Degrees is an interview that is sure to teach you how to successfully merge your talents, your skills, and your quest for academic credentials.
Zing is buzzing hot with celebrity gist just for you. Learn.
Learn.
Money help where?
Welcome to Chat Zone on you.com. My name is Aziz. Now today on the Chat Zone, we'll be discussing a topic we have titled Talent and Credentials. We want to learn from our panelists how to successfully merge your talents and a pursuit for academic credentials. So today to discuss this topic with me, I have Mr. Oladele Talk, the CEO of Street Talk for Youth Initiative.
It's good to be here, thank you.
We have Ms. Toke, the public relations officer.
Nice to be here, thanks.
Our very own Harriet Felix.
Yo.
And Mr. Sam Uche, a performing artist.
Yeah.
Now, the topic before us is talent and credentials. Now, my question is, I want to throw this question to the house. How do you merge the two? Is there any relationship to your talent and your quest for academic credentials?
Well, for me, talent and your academic credentials, they are two different things entirely.
Okay.
Your academic credentials are something you go and study in school. Do you understand? It doesn't all the time have to do with something you're talented with. And your talent is something you're born with, or, a skill that you have that you want to possibly maybe make a living out of.
Okay.
So those are the two different worlds.
Okay, as for me, I would say that you can merge both of them. Like your talents could be something you could as well go into the educational system to study for.
To study, yeah.
And you learn on,
yes.
and it becomes a full-time job for you that brings money to you all the time.
Oh.
Like for someone like you, probably from childhood, you have always loved to talk.
Okay.
To chat people up,
Yeah,
and
you
then, you might have gone to school to study something like journalism, mass comm,
Okay.
and now I'm sure you're making money and smiling to the bank
Oh,
doing
well,
that.
well.
Okay, that's absolutely right. Talent is a raw materials from the word skill. Many people are loaded with a lot of talent, but when talent is not training, you cannot rein in that talent. Basically, you have to work on your talent. Every individual, every average person have talent. You have to work on your talent because before it becomes a skill.
A skill.
Then after becoming a skill, then you go to school, you learn, you work on yourself, you develop yourself, you have somebody who you are looking up to that you are learning from, basically.
Okay, but are we saying you must pursue, if you are gunning for your academic credentials now, you have to go in line with some things that you are talented in? Okay. Is that what we're saying here? Because you said you go into school to study something you have the strength to. No, she did.
Yeah.
And Mr. Oladele backed.
Well, what I was trying to say was that if you have a talent, you could decide to develop on that and make a living for yourself. Yeah,
okay,
from
cool.
that angle.
All right. Truth is that both are not plausible.
Okay.
There are two extremes, like she said. But you see, the truth is where we were can be compared to where we are and then where we're going.
Okay.
All right, that we must understand. Before now, it used to be, if you got talent, no academics. But where we are right now, there's been a bit of synergy, because that's what will happen tomorrow. Now, talents, in quotes, is being called show business. I mean, everything you do is called show business, as long as you're into the entertainment world. Now, interestingly, it's not enough that it's a show business. The truth is there's a show part of it, and there's a business part of it.
Okay.
Now, the show part of it is the talent part of it. You got
Then
skills, you can...
And the business where the money
Now,
comes.
the business part of it, man, you need to be trained. And that's where academics come in. Because it is when you got proper training on business, that's when you can properly harness
Your talents.
your talent.
You know, you actually just shed more light on their point. Now, my question still stands.
Yeah.
Do you necessarily have to train in that?
Yes.
In your, as in, you have to pursue your academic credentials to get your academic credentials in that field where you're talented in?
Yeah, that's it. Because you really have to. Now, it's getting to this point where we get expatriates, in quotes, to come and, okay, well, 1 or 2 events in Nigeria, you probably want to get 1 or 2 guys from the UK or stuff to come and, you know, override us here, just because they've got a bit of qualifications with it. So, now, that is theory. Practical we've got. But you see, to beat the world, you need both the theory and the practical. Okay. Because the theory will analyze, the practical will put it in play.
Okay.
And so you need to do a bit of analysis. It's gone at those days where you need to say, I just got enough talent. No. You need to learn stage mathematics. I mean, there's just some plots to it. There's a way you have, I mean, that's why it's curricular in school. Because there's a process to it. Otherwise, you just do it round about the basket, and then at the end, you can't smile to the bank like she said you will.
Anyway, what I would like to chip in is that you may have a talent and you don't pursue it to make money. You could just have it background, like, okay, I have a talent for cooking. You know, you go out, you help people once in a while to do business, or to cook rather, sorry. And at the same time, you have something professional you're doing, like you're a banker or some other professions that you're, you know, an engineer and you like playing football. So you could do that as like part-time on the side while your main career is...
So in essence, you can actually pursue your
you can merge
your talent,
and at the same time
and still be in another field, an academic field.
I was going to disagree with him.
Fantastic.
You said you have to, you know, get a degree or get this or get a certain level of
educational
credential.
Okay.
Yeah, for the talent.
Yeah.
Now it's not all the time.
Yes,
it works
more of the time.
Yeah, more of the time, but not all. Not all of it. You made it sound like it was.
No, but it's the truth. I mean, if you say more of the time to not all of the time, which is more.
Yeah.
More is more than all.
There are some kind of talents that they don't teach in school. Not at least not in Nigeria here.
Oh, but they teach it somewhere.
You cannot get. For example, hang on. What if I don't have the money to travel abroad to go and learn that?
Fantastic. That's why there's formal, there's semi-formal, and there's informal. You must be able to fit in at some place.
Okay.
That's why the Lagos State government is trying to create vocational studies at some levels. I mean, Ejigbo local government, LCDA, and all of that.
For example, in Nigeria here now, if I had a talent, let's say, in dancing ballet,
yes,
how would I make money here?
Fantastic, you can make money. You can. I mean, I belong to NANTAB. NANTAB is National Association of Nigerian Theatre Arts Practitioners. Fortunately for me, I happen to be on the executive too. Now, interestingly, at that level, we have allied groups like GOND, which is Guild of Nigerian Dancers. We have a bit of script writers. We have some performers. You know, we have ETAM. ETAM is Equity of Theatre Arts Musicians. Okay, so there's some sub-levels.
So how do you make money?
How do you make money of it? Is that I'm coming. There's a lot of synergy with, say, SPAN. I'm sure you've heard SPAN. Society for Performing Artists of Nigeria. Okay. There's this lady from, I think, from Spain or something who runs it. I mean, they do a lot of training. And then you get a lot of synergy, you get a lot of certificates, you get a lot of workshop, and then they do a lot of cultural exchange.
I'm still waiting for the part where I'll make the money.
The part of the money is there's a cultural exchange where they probably bring some guys from Portugal or anywhere to come do maybe what they call dance meet dance. I'm sure you've heard that. And I mean, they're not going to come and do it free. They take Nigerians away to go do some performance outside.
That's 1 in a million.
Yes.
Oh no, it's not 1 in a million.
Whether it's 1 in a million or not,
the fact is it works.
The fact is that works. You know?
Works.
So
and it works is because they are trained. You don't just pick guys from the street and say no, come and dance. No, you have to be trained because you're actually dancing to a knowledgeable audience.
Yeah, but in the case of the ballet thing, I
I'm
have
telling you,
to,
you didn't make more money from ballet.
No, hang on,
do you know why?
hang on.
Harriet.
Do you know why you make, sorry. Do you know why you make more money from ballet?
Why?
Oh, the people who have got some money enjoy ballet. So they can pay 10,000 naira to buy a ticket to come watch ballet.
Well, you may be able to pay 10,000 naira to buy a ticket.
So
to
you
watch
make
ballet.
more money
Some other
by
people
train.
might not be. So let's not go into that now. Let's not go into that now. Now, another question is, do you think it will rub off negatively on one aspect if a person decides to pursue a particular academic field of study different from another talent he wants to also pursue, like dancing, and he's going to medical school?
Okay, now.
I don't think there's going to be any negative thing so long as you're determined to do what you want to do.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
what I was going to say. That once-
You're trying to acquire your academic credentials.
That's it.
You're doing that, and by the side, you're just remain focused.
You think it's not going to
No,
have any
no.
effect whatsoever?
If you can plan and you're determined and you're focused, you
Fantastic.
can.
Okay, can I just say
Make
this too? We should not bring too much analysis here that's going to lead to paralysis. Let's be realistic.
Okay.
This is Nigeria, and we have to work on something that can be workable in time of, we have a load of young people out there that have talent. Let me just call it potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Potentials from the word potent, unused ability. And now this guy do not have resources to go to university. And so we need to bring balance to education as it were. Education need to be redefined in this part of the world.
Oh, please.
Because most people just thought that I need to go to school, get a credential, afterward go for NYSC, and then go to look for job.
So is there any other education you would,
Yes.
you would suggest?
No, I think-
Education in this time, I did a lot of research on education. It's from the written Latin word educo, which you can find in English. It deals to bring something from within. That is, when you are a young person, maybe you are good in singing, you should just go to
could
school
train
and
in that-
train in that
that
area
field.
of your gifting, where you are good at. You
Okay,
discover
so
a lot.
just fall into, I have to get into school.
So you
And I
have
get
a
into
loaded
school,
of
and
young
I-
people go to school, they get the certificate and hang it on their wall,
Yeah. True.
and
And
it's
the-
not really fun to what they are doing presently.
Yes.
Well-
On a final note to parents like that, I would love to say you shouldn't push your child or your children to do anything they don't want to do. If you see this child is growing into fashion, she wants to be a fashion designer, and you've been seeing the traits from her from small. There are so many fashion schools. She doesn't have to go to university. And even if you
Well,
want
she doesn't have to go. I think that's basic, actually.
Yeah.
You do have to go to university because that's how. That's,
university
that's how we're.
doesn't bring out training or education does not have to pass through the tertiary institution. To me, you can always learn, like you can learn on the field, you can learn to be a good seamstress and go to school and get certificates for that. It's still a certificate, it's just
Sorry,
like
okay, so
no,
your last words, your last words.
It's my last word, oh yeah. I like to object on that. This is where our generation is getting it wrong.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this generation, unfortunately, I also belong there, we have more of such people who do not even believe in training, formal or informal. The idea is, oh, that guy does it on the box. I'm as tall as he is. I'm as fine as he is. I mean, that's it, which is really very wrong. One of the things school help you to do is it puts you together. You're subjected to, I mean, it's a regimented environment. I mean, you go to some schools, you can't wear some kind of dressing.
Yeah.
That keeps you focused. And that's why it's called labor market after school.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you would have been trained enough to get into the labor market.
Okay,
So you can't take education out of it. But for the parents, try and just find out what they do, what that child has got flair for. Encourage it alongside education. Don't kill one for one. Because the point is, sorry, let me just round up on this. The point is, I happen to understand a bit of the Bible that says children obey.
Okay.
There's blessing about it when the father also enjoys that you have obeyed them. God blesses. If you don't receive the blessing from the father, you may not even prosper in what you're doing. So sometimes you may need to even play along, get your first degree. Usually when you get your first degree from your parents, you can do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
So why don't we do that in this generation?
Thank you very much, Mr. Sam. Harriet, any last words?
I will say that you can merge both of them. You can go to school.
So we agree now?
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.
Mr. Oladele, thank you very much for coming. Mrs. Toke, thank you very much for coming. Harriet and Mr. Sam, thank you very much for coming. Now, viewers, you've heard it all. You can actually merge both your talent and your quest for academic excellence and your academic credentials. All you have to do is do it wisely and
plan.
Focus. Plan properly. Focus is the key word. Now, we have more for you on youth.com. Don't go anywhere. This is Chat Zone.